Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories. Today, our top story: a former Dubai student gave us goosebumps when she performed with Coldplay at Glastonbury.
As well, 2 Huskys were dumped at Diab by owner who left to get their wallet.
It's an absolutely awful story. We're also talking on a lighter note about a food truck which is giving water and ice cream to 1 million workers.
As well, we're going to talk about the hidden graffiti on the top of Burj Khalifa.
Also, do stay tuned. We are so excited to welcome Mo Vlogs and Salt Poppy. They're going to be talking training, fight predictions, and the secret to success before they take on the social knockout, which is a big fight happening this Saturday. So do stay tuned.
It's 270 days since the genocide began on October 7 in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 37,925. The number of injured people is 87,141, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's weather, it is extremely humid. Expect highs of 43 degrees Celsius, but with humidity at 70%, it feels a lot hotter. Yes, it does. It is Wednesday. It is ladies' night. It's a busy time to be in Dubai. Teachers are off schools. It got us talking about date night and first dates and the delicacies of the ethical questions that go along with dating in Dubai.
Where did you go on your first date in Dubai?
Where would I go? It totally depends on how. It depends on if I've asked the person or if the person asks me. If the person asks me, I would suggest maybe like a walk or something casual. And then the social dilemmas of who pays for the bill.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I wanted to get to, I had a question. One of the girls came into the office and she said she was on a first date, and the guy whipped out the entertainer to pay for it.
Cancel.
Now,
the guy.
Or the girl who decides to do it, but same. Why?
Because, Casey, I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's kind of like a cheap move for a first date. If you guys are together for like a while, fine, that is understandable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's fine. You know, we all use the entertainer. Everyone does. But for a first date, you're trying to impress the person. So why would you use the entertainer?
Would you not be impressed by their economical foresight?
No. No.
You're thinking this guy's thinking long term. He's not spending a lot of money on dates because he's got your future in his mind.
No, because that's something like fine. I'll break it down to you guys, and I'll break it down to you as well, Katie. Future, the future, you know, if he has me in his future, which is getting married and having kids, that's very long term. I still don't know the guy. We haven't fell in love yet.
But don't you want the romance of thinking when you go on that first date that this could be the one?
I mean, I wish we live in such a pink world, but we don't. We don't.
I don't know. Entertainer on the first date. If you're watching, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into our top stories of the day. Former Dubai student performs with Coldplay at Glastonbury. This is the one and only Victoria Canal, and what a powerful story to wake up to this morning. The former Dubai student who acknowledged that she was bullied at school for having one arm, but she has shared the most incredible video of the superstar moment on stage with Coldplay at Glastonbury.
Pianist Victoria Canal has lived in various countries around the world, including China, Japan, Spain, and the UAE. She has one fully functioning arm, but has proven that impossible is nothing. Following her studies at Gems World Academy, she went on to prestigious music schools around the world.
And in 2021, she was signed to Coldplay's label Parlophone Records, and the rest is history. She's extremely talented. And this weekend, if you saw all the Glastonbury videos, this was the one that got one of the most views. She performed with them, wowing the crowds. She played paradise with them. It is amazing on one of the world's most iconic musical stages. So if you want your dose of goosebumps this morning, check it out after the show, because on the show we're going to have Mo Vlogs and Salt Poppy, who we're super excited for. But if you want your dose of warmth and happiness, it's so powerful. Coldplay on any stages, and it's so cool to see a former Dubai student up there, so talented. It's just spectacular.
I agree with you. Honestly, it makes me happy because I'm a Dubai resident and I'm a huge fan of Coldplay. But I want to shed light on the fact that she actually got bullied and how she handled it. I mean, it's so powerful because a lot of people, she already has something, or like, you know, like she has only one arm. She's aware of it. She for sure is very sad about it, and maybe she even have moved on to the point where she's like, fine, you know what? I'm not gonna let that control me.
She's over it, right? There's a video of her speaking to the news, being like, "This is so irrelevant. I'm like an extremely talented artist."
Exactly, and she just like showed a lot of people that having disabilities is not there to be a stop in your way, I would say, maybe, or like it's not going to stop in your way of achieving your dreams and doing all of these things. And she's a great example. I just love those stories because they're so motivational, and they just show you that nothing can stop in your way. Nothing, and I mean it, nothing at all. If you put your your mind set to something and you work hard and for it, you will get it. No matter how many people bully you, no matter what disabilities you have. We all have, like if you guys do not have disabilities, which is like, thank God, alhamdulillah, but no one's perfect. And she just like, she performed with Coldplay, which is very heartwarming. It's
really beautiful. Just check out those videos when you've got a minute today if you want a little dose of inspiration. Speaking of dose of inspiration and kindness in the world, let's jump into our next story. We love this one too.
So a food truck is around giving water and ice cream to 1 million workers. In a generous initiative to support workers this summer, Farjan Dubai has launched the Frige Bridge. By the way, Frige means community, and it's a food truck. They create a food truck, and this mobile unit is making its way through the city, offering essential refreshments like water, juice, and cooling ice cream to over 1 million cleaners, construction workers, delivery drivers, and street maintenance staff.
How amazing. They have partnered with Sukia UAE, and also the UAE Food Bank, and MBRGI. Farjan Dubai aims to alleviate health risks such as dehydration and heat stress among those essential workers during the summer months. As you know, people on construction sites should not be out between 12 and 3 until September, I think. But this is just a small act of kindness to put a smile on people's faces.
And you know what it's like to me? It's like the domino effect. Someone started acknowledging that those workers need, care and needs, I would say, need essential things like we do. Like when you're out in the heat, when you get really dehydrated, you go to the supermarket, you get, like a fizzy drink, you get ice cream, you get water. Of course, because it's not easy to stay there for so long. And it's like a domino effect. Like someone recognized that, and then everyone started recognizing that, which is beautiful.
Yeah, true. And it goes to show that if this is an initiative with maybe some backing, a lot of money behind it, we think as humans, okay, maybe what can we do? So if we're going to the store, we can say to our security guards, hey, do you need something? Or the security guards in the mall, hey, can I get you something? And it could just pay it forward in just a small way. But it shows people that people feel seen, especially when we all woke up this morning and walked out into the humidity. It was like a blast of heat in our faces. So shout out to everyone who works outside during these summer months. You are the true heroes. Jumping in to our next story, this one has angered so many people.
Now, in a not very nice initiative, 2 Huskys were dumped at the vet by an owner who left to get their wallets, which is very sad, you guys. So 2 beautiful, long-haired Huskies found themselves abandoned at the vet's office under heartbreaking circumstances. Their owner left promising to return after retrieving their wallets, but never did.
Now these gentle souls are in urgent need of a foster home. This is happening as we speak. If they don't get a foster home, they will end up in overcrowded shelters, which are ill-suited to their needs. So if you know anyone at all who can provide them a temporary or permanent home, two Huskies together, ideally we don't separate them, please reach out to Lisa at +971 55 123 9182. That number is also on our Instagram page where we shared the story yesterday.
And as well, this is a reminder, adopting a pet is a commitment that should not be taken lightly, and this is pissing me off.
It's absolutely disgraceful.
It is, because sometimes I think people who do that, they do tend to forget that this animal and this dog, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, is a soul. And you adopted that pet. You know, you adopted the pet. Maybe a lot of people do adopt pets because for their own emotional needs. It's like, oh yeah, hey, we need an addition to the family. Let's get a pet. And let's say like they don't know how to handle the pet, and they're like, fine, we don't want the pet anymore. And if that's how you guys are going to get rid of a pet, do not adopt.
So cheeky. You know, we have so many Facebook groups in Dubai, and they are, you know, someone will put a question into it like, I might need help with my dog, I'm going away for a couple of weeks. And the pet lovers in the city will continuously call you out because they see stories like this so often. If you follow the Stray Dog Centre's Instagram accounts, you'll see the tragic stories of people leaving their animals in the desert. In this case, can you imagine someone brought their two Huskies into a vet and said, I'm going to get my wallet, and left and didn't come back?
That's cruel.
It's unbelievable. It's inhumane in terms of thinking, I'm just going to let this vet sort it out. I'm going to leave my problem here for you to figure out. Like, how unbelievable. So I think we're sharing the story. We're shocked, but we also want to make sure that using the platform, we do get these Huskies a temporary or permanent home. We know that the shelters are absolutely packed this summer. So anything you can do, if you know a pet lover, if you have space for an animal, if you're able to take one in, do get in touch with Lisa, and her number is on the Instagram's page. Post that we shared yesterday. So the purpose of this is to highlight the story, but also to let's get these doggies a new home.
And of course, if you guys want to adopt, as mentioned, please be, you know, like manage. I don't know, like maybe study your circumstances before adopting a dog. Are you able to provide it the life that it deserves? Are you able to take it to the vet? Are you able to get food? Are you able to do all of these things? Do you have the time for it?
If you leave the country, are you going to be able to afford to take your baby with you? Let's jump into our next story, 8:42. The hidden graffiti on top of the Burj Khalifa has been revealed. You all know this famous pic of Tom Cruise on top of the Burj Khalifa. Well, are you aware of the man who scribed his name beneath it? A clever creator spotted something on the Burj Khalifa and the internet is positively shook.
Content creator at Kotuk has spotted some signatures at the very top of the Burj Khalifa, and the internet is agog with the revelation. He said Sarish left his signature and dated it around the time of the Burj Khalifa was constructed, leading us to believe that Sarish is one of the men who helped construct this great building.
So everyone's asking, who is Satish? What was he doing scribing it? I mean, like, can we just say graffiti is not cool, you know, as in, I think it's vandalism, right? It's vandalism to put on top of the building. But I think that the wild thing about this story is we have all seen this photo a million times. Like, it was part of the announcements for when Tom Cruise did one of the missions.
No one zoomed in that much.
No one zoomed in.
What? Like, I mean, honestly, I'm just like thinking, like, my God, like, what kind of like a mind does it take, this content creator, to zoom in and talk about it? Which is really, I would say, impressive. I would say this is some hardcore investigative journalism.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. However, you know, of course, you know, like writing and all these things on like buildings is not okay. Of course, you know, like you do, like I know maybe I'm not from the older generation. But I am aware of the fact that, you know, like two people who are in love, they go like on the trail, like, oh, Farah and Casey,
Yeah, and then it's like you do that
example.
when you're 15 and you really are in love.
Are you
Could
really
imagine?
in love?
It's like when people get tattoos of their partner's names and they're only dating and
That's
you're thinking,
embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I know a lot of people who have gotten tattoos when they were like younger and now regret it and have to undergo a very, by the way, painful experience of lasering it. So
Yeah.
I don't, but we cannot laser that from
I
the
would
Burj Khalifa.
I would say they can.
know?
I would say that will be once this is out, it will be a serious paint job to get. It's the top of the Burj Khalifa. The pinnacle of Dubai. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite building in the world. And someone was cheeky enough to write their name on it. Get it off.
That's true.
in
And
my
by the
opinion.
way, if whoever wrote their name there, I really hope Amar does not come for you.
8:45 on Wednesday morning, guys. We are so excited to welcome stars of the Social Knockout, which is coming to the Coca-Cola Arena this Saturday. Yes, we are. Mo Vlogs and Salt Poppy are going to be on this show very shortly. After this break, do stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. The gloves are off. Today's guests are Mo Vlogs and Salt Poppy, two huge social media stars. They are entering the ring at the Social Knockout 3 this Saturday at Coca-Cola Arena. Tickets on sale now. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much for being here. That is a loud noise outside. I have to ask, YouTubers and mornings usually don't mix. Is that a wrong stereotype?
We're exhausted right now. We just woke up on the way.
I was training like last night as well, so it was kind of hard. Mo told me I have to wake up 7 o'clock, and I had to do it.
Yeah, it's not a normal start for us, you know.
Well, we appreciate you being here, especially you, Mo, because I think we all saw the video that you shared last week on social when I think like your muscles had contracted.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
I think it was a dehydration in the face. I don't know if it was the muscles. I think a lot of people thought it was like a Snapchat filter. I think it looked so bad. It just didn't look like it could even be real. But yeah, I think it was a crazy allergy mixed with dehydration from just training so much. And then like my face just suddenly went.
Wild. And what a wild time for it to happen, because we know that this thing, like Social Knockout, there's a lot of training going into it for both of you. But to give your fans and also kind of newbies to it an idea, like what is happening this Saturday?
Take it away.
First thing, I'd like to thank Tam Khan, TK MMA, and Social Knockouts for giving me this opportunity. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Like on Saturday night, I'm ready. I just fought last month, and I'm ready to fight again.
But like, is it, so let's say, for example, I've never heard of it. So it's like wrestling, like what are the rules? It's like MMA, like what can you do and what can't you do in the ring?
It's straight boxing. Yeah. There's no MMA, there's no grappling. It's just two fists and an opponent. So
it's very dangerous. Look, I have a cut from my last fight, and I'm ready to risk my life every time I go in that ring.
Yeah. Like, what is the mindset? So that there's a physical training, which we'll get to, but like, what do you mindset? Because you're really going head to head with someone in front of big fans. Some want you to win and some don't want you to win. So how do you build up your mindset for this fight?
What about you, Mo?
I mean, look, for me, it's just like, I feel like I have so much energy inside me, and in the ring is where I'm going to put it out, you know? My mindset, just stay relaxed. We train so hard. People don't see the training involved in it. I think by the time you get to the fight, that's the easiest part. Like, you're not fighting in the ring. You're fighting outside the ring. Like when you're training, when you're showing up to your sparring sessions. So it's like right now, if I walk into a ring with Floyd Mayweather, of course he's going to win. But not because of what happened in that ring, because of his training outside the ring, you know? So it's like, we're doing all the fighting right now in our training camps. So on the day of the fight, it's just showtime, you know?
Got you. And you?
For me, I just like winning. I don't like losing. Either be like, kill the guy or be killed.
Gosh!
Yeah. This is the next Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, but
this is the next Pacquiao right here.
It has to be like that. That's why there's a referee. If there's no referee, then yeah.
Have you always had that mindset?
Like I've been in many fights when I was younger, and yeah, I think I'm used to it. But I only started boxing 2 years ago, and I was quite like overweight, and since I started boxing, it changed my life, and I've just been boxing since then.
Your journey from, I guess, your weight loss journey and getting into the ring is so inspiring. How far do you feel like you've come? And can you give tips for anyone who's kind of struggling with that?
I mean, you just have to start, keep showing up, and whatever your goal, you will achieve. Yeah.
When you said you were fighting when you were younger, can you describe what those fights were like?
Just like, being bullied, like because I was quite overweight, like people calling me fat, like, all that stuff. Just making fun of me, so sometimes you have to like, fight back, stand your ground, and yeah.
I cannot wait to see both of you fight. And of course, we don't see all of the training, but we do see the videos that you guys are posting. You shared a video with Andrew Tate, which obviously went hugely viral. How do you get in touch with him?
Just messaged him. No, we've been friends for a while. Obviously, when he was in Dubai. So I thought it'd be a great time to train with him. He's into the sport. He was a kickboxing world champion. So I was like, listen, I'm about to have my first boxing match. You're a kickboxing world champion. Let's train, So I quickly flew out to Romania. Obviously, he can't leave the country. So I had to go to him. And we did a good training session. I didn't post most of the actual training because Andrew Tate's a strong guy. He definitely, he made me like bleed if you saw in the end of the video. I never showed those punches because, I'm going to show my best. But he's a big guy. He's like 94 kilos. So, yeah, I went and trained with him. And I think I learned to get punched in the face. So,
gosh, you're right. He is a strong guy. And you'll know he can't leave the country. And he calls himself a misogynist. What do you think of him personally?
Look, he's a friend of mine. I judge people on when I meet them and how they are when I see them. So if I meet someone and they're amazing to me, I don't care what people say about them on social media, you know. I judge based on what I see and what lots of people look at me online and say, Mo is this and Mo is a bad human being and he's so arrogant and he's rude. He faked his skin for publicity. Like, I was in hospital and there's 1,000 comments saying that this guy is doing this to sell a fight. Like, I'm literally in hospital. Like, so people's opinion doesn't matter to me. Like, people are just going to say what they want to say. They're going to spread hate because they don't like you because they're either jealous or they can't achieve things that maybe you've achieved. So same going back with Tate, you know. I met the guy. He's been great to me. So that's what I'm going to judge him off.
Can you both share tips on how you get that mindset of I'm a fighter, I'm a winner?
I mean, it's a lot of training. You just have to you can just go there and fight. You have to go through loads of training, sparring, and feel like you're doing so you can do what you train for inside the ring. You can't just go there and fight.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the difference is it's just you have to want it.
Yeah.
You just have to want it. I can't pay you to want it. There's people that don't show up to our training sessions, and the coaches.
Fighters.
Yeah, there's fighters that don't show up on time. They don't push themselves. You know, the coach just says, "Listen, I'm not gonna push you. It's either you want it or you don't." So it's like when you go there and you give it your all, that's on you. You know, I can't know if he's pushing to his limit or not. I can't. It's his body. You know, so. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we have issues that we're trying to heal. You know, maybe we're mental. Maybe we're crazy. I don't know. Maybe we are.
I just feel like you have to be self-motivated. Nobody's gonna motivate you more than you.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah.
There's being a winner and being a fighter is one thing, but there's that people maybe who are struggling with weight and people who just can't get to that gym that first time. Like Mo, this video is wild. You're clearly. Yeah. You're clearly training, but what's that tip you give to people to get out of bed today?
I think you just have to accept, that you need to change. You need to be, like me, I did it because I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to look good, on pictures. I wanted to fight and look good at the same time. That's what motivated me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I think whatever God wants for you, you know, I think eventually, if it's meant for you, it's going to come. You know, obviously you should try and put your foot forward and do it. But, you know, trust in God. He'll make that path for you.
Got you. These, the videos that you share go so viral. So in the lead up to this fight, there was the flower throwing and stuff. People say, is this fake? What's actually going on between you and your fighters behind the scenes? What's the real stuff?
I mean, look, I had an opponent, you know, you just go to a press conference and I think, look, when you go to a press conference, you know, there's going to be a mess. Me personally, I thought to even, you know, maybe slap my opponent, you know, but I was like, you know, it's not for me. So you never know what to expect. You know, your opponent could come and punch you. I don't know. So I'm just going there just try and not look stupid, you know. But, you know, in my case, my opponent ended up throwing some flour at my face. You know, I reacted. That's all I could do, you know. But I don't know. You never know what to expect. It's not like we sit there, plan what to do. All I know is what I'm going to do. And then my opponent knows what he's going to do, which was some flour in my face. But, you know, I'll bake that cake on the day with that flour.
Of course.
Yeah. What's going to happen on fight night? Do you guys have predictions for the other fighters, Abdu Razik? What are your thoughts on him in the ring?
I think Abdu, I mean, I love Abdu, you know. Abdu's going to be, honestly, a star of the show. He's going to, I think he's already the star of the show. You know, he's like a mini McGregor, mini Garcia. Abdu's he's going to entertain. In terms of the fight, I think, I don't know, it's 4 rounds for them. It's going to be quiet.
Is it 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
I think it's 2-minute rounds. I think Abdu has more stamina than his opponent. So I think if it goes on further than the first or second round, then his opponent's going to get tired out, in my opinion. But then his opponent's I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know the guy.
Yeah, I think Abdu has been training for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, he's training.
It's quite really good.
We're trying to get in touch with them for interviews, and it's he's training from this time.
He's McGregor. You can't get an Abdu interview right now. That's it. Yeah. Prices are up.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, if you win, how are you celebrating? Do you spend much time in Dubai, by the way? And if so,
I've been here twice. That's about it. But I kind of like it. Yeah, it reminds me of Philippines. Yeah. So I'll probably going back more. Yeah.
And if you win on Saturday, how are you going to celebrate?
Probably eat junk food.
Oh, bro, you don't know how much I want to eat. You know,
As much as I can, and then go back to training.
Fair enough.
that's the worst. You know, my entire Instagram is food right now. Like, all I see is like food, chocolate, food, chocolate. Like, because like you don't get to eat anything during the camp. You're like, as soon as this fight is over, give me all the chocolate, all the pizzas, all the burgers.
Yeah.
Well deserved, though. It'll be well deserved. Can you give us right now a shout out to your opponent, your one word to them before you take them on Saturday? What do you want to say?
A big shout out to the Woods, Savage Money. I just wish you a speedy recovery.
Yo, shout out to my opponent, Cheryl. Good luck, man. I'm wishing you the best and good luck. That's it.
Guys, I think this is so exciting. We rarely get these moments of like happening in Dubai, big fight nights. People are flying in for this event. It's the social knockout taking place at Coca-Cola Arena this Saturday. Really appreciate you giving us the time while you're in the middle of training. So much love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, that brings us to the end of the show. We're going to see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.